We should also be streaming on YouTube. Just want to check my system over here. Alright, I think we are ready to go. So I do have my special guest, A. Lee Legendary. Sir, how are you today?
Hey, how you doing today? I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I can't complain. I've been offline for a minute, but I wanted to come back and bring the folks something that they probably wasn't expecting. I usually talk about current events and news and things like that, but this is also an open forum for information, very informative, and I had you in mind today for this type of field of music. You are a music producer, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I've been producing hip-hop music and R&B club music for about 12 years now. Mostly off and on. I do dab and a little bit of other things as far as scores and video game music, whatever I can do in sound. Even doing maybe meditation music and things of that sort. Anything with the doing sound, I try to get my best into it, for sure.
And what started you off in the music business?
What started me off, I've always been into music. So what started me off before I even started creating music, I was always a dancer, or always dancing, always listening to new music, rock, hip hop, any genre. I always have been into sound, and I would dance to it every day since a kid, all the way up through high school. By the time I was 17, I decided to purchase a little producer equipment. You know, I was taking keyboard lessons at the age of 15. I had started kind of late, but my parents helped me out with that. But it didn't have the things on it that I wanted. I was like, you know what? I really want to produce music as well, even though I really needed to learn this piano to be able to express myself in sound. But I went and got it. Had a little high school job, bagging groceries, saved up enough money to get my first keyboard, which had functions on it of looping and drum patterns. So I started doing that. And probably the first 3 tracks I made were terrific. I was really in, by that time, in that era, was really into the producers called the Neptunes. They had such of that sound. So that's how I got started making beats. I definitely started getting deeper into it after that, once I knew that I could make quality music.
Okay, so you mentioned that you started with the keyboard. That's pretty much the main instrument that you worked with?
Yeah, even now, well, currently now, after getting started and progressing, I did purchase, a little bit more expensive workstation boards, they're called. They do have looping systems in them, variety of sounds, created sounds. Currently I have a Roland Phantom at this time that I'm using, but you can get all types of boards out now as far as a workstation board to help you create music. But I'm currently using what we call a digital audio workstation, and what that is a program that's designed to help you create music. And it has a built-in mixer, like a mixing board that you will also see in the studio. Has sounds that you can purchase, and some that come with the program, but you also can go purchase virtual instruments. And virtual instruments are by sound companies that they create for musicians to purchase. And it can be synths, it can be piano, a really live piano sound, depending on how the quality is of that company. You also can purchase, drums or sampled drums, kicks and snares, or things that are created by sound engineers to use for sounds. So that's what I use at this time. I use Fruity Loops 12. I also use a program called a Reason. I'm actually still using the old one, Reason 4. I didn't really upgrade. I think there's Reason 7 or 8 out right now, so it's really an old one, but I still use it. Because it's something I use with my music, is to do some new sounds. But that's what I'm currently using. You also can use Pro Tools as well as far as for recording, but most programs also record vocals as well. So for young producers that are coming up, you can just pioneer digital audio workstations out there. I will always tell people that, Fruity use. I mean, just think whatever that you feel is your way to build sounds that you're good at. There's nothing wrong with learning all the other ones, but currently I use a workstation keyboard and a digital audio workstation, and that keyboard is hooked up by a MIDI line into the computer. You want to make sure that you do have, a very strong computer as well, with lots of RAM, memory, and things of that sort. Also a sound card that you want to purchase here as far as going into a digital audio workstation to balance out latency and things of that sort. But that's what I'm currently using now for my sound and creation of music.
Okay, and do you sing at all? Any vocals?
Yes, I do. I do actually as well. I rap and I do sing. The reason I did get into that. I only started out being a producer. I didn't really care for doing anything that had to do with words and putting words together. But at the time, I was making music so unique to myself that when I was reaching out to artists, I felt like I had the most craziest sounds and beats for them to use. They didn't know what to do with it. I just didn't understand. So I got a little tired of it, and I didn't want to change my sound or dumb it down to what was on the radio or other producer sounds, and which most people do to make money as far as selling beats to artists. I started rapping and singing and, making music that was good to my ear and showing others that, this is what you can do on this music. But then again, I found out that it was me that was supposed to do these things on my own music. So I also rap, sing, and produce at this point in time.
Okay, and you also you write do you write down lyrics to songs? You write lyrics. You're a songwriter.
I do write down my lyrics. Yeah, exactly. I do write my songs out. A lot of times, almost like Kanye West, there's like a special you can go see on YouTube and watch him create music. A lot of times, I'm different than the other artists. I kind of like resemble him. I don't all the time sit and write the song out or just write lyrics. I'm the type of artist where I have to hear the music and I have to hear what was produced, even if it's not my own track. I want to hear what the producer was feeling when they made the track, what the track is saying, and then I may go and freestyle a couple things before I write it down. So I never just write lyrics. I always write to the feeling of the music, and that's how I get my papers filled when I'm writing songs.
All right. Speaking of writing songs, we do have some music here for you. I have this next track entitled "Who's Realer." Tell me who's on that song or on that track.
Great, yes, it's me, myself. I produced the track. Myself, A.B. Legendary. The artist on the track is named Lydell Lord. We do have another artist here out of Pittsburgh. Her name is Jackie, the upcoming female hip-hop artist. And that's it. So all three of us there on the track. Very crazy track. Very has a horror sound to it. It's very interesting. Let the people check that one out.
All right, people. This is J.TALKS to the People radio program. I have my guest A. Lee or A. Lee Legendary. A song that he put together called "Who's Realer." Stay tuned.
Have you shaken, looking
right, folks. Again, this is J.TALKS to the People Radio. That was Who's Rilla, produced by A. Lee. I do have him as a guest on the program today. Now, with that track there, A. Lee, is that first of all, how did you come up with that song, or what brought on that inspiration for that song?
Man, you know what, Jay? It was I think that song right there. I was having certain feelings about being in the game. It's been a while. I've been in certain things, and my sound is very unique. And so some of the stuff that I put out there, it's not that it's bad music, but it was just something I wanted to create to kind of connect with people more. Also, Who's Rilla is a representation that I was kind of using for the things that were going on in the world, as far as what was going on with the cops and things like that, as far as the things that may have been kept as racial going on in America. So it's almost like a rise type of song in fighting against the power, not based on race for all people or citizens of the planet against the power. That's what that song really represents, for us to fight against it and be on our own and self-sufficient as human beings on the planet. So that was the inspiration, but I also wanted to make it in a way certain sounds are used to grasp the younger ears in a way with things that are out now, but also with my style. So that's how I came up with that track, and everything else is magic. I place my hands on the keys and I make a certain sound, and I knew I wanted to make a darker sound, and something that was going to bring on, not anger, but almost that energy. It's just, it hits the stomach. Something that brings up and makes your head nod, and kind of angry. I can't even really explain it, but I knew I wanted to make something that was going to really catch your ear in that way, in that frequency. And I hit him off with Who's Rilla, and that's what came out.
Okay, all right, folks. We ain't done yet. We got another track here. That one's entitled "Divine Counsel." Tell me who's on that track.
Well, that track's actually the actual name on that track is Divine Counsel Inspired. So I have the sound of these new artists that are out. They actually have a sound that I used to do a couple years back, but I renamed the beat. The track's actually called "I'm Moving On." On this track is produced by myself, and it's me singing on the track. So that's me that you're hearing on the track. It's my latest track. I created it about 3 weeks ago. It's off the chain. It's smooth. The track's about moving forward and being high off of life and not being fearful of your life and going with the flow. That's what that track was about. It's inspired by my recent accident. I was in an accident about 6 months ago. And I realized, you can't really wait for anything. You have to keep moving forward and be the greatest that you can be. So that track is A.W. Legendary. I'm moving on.
That's right, folks. Divine Counsel, moving on. Here we go. Yeah, truly, truly. I'm saying, A-League, your stuff is dynamic. Voice, everything. I'm telling you, from the beats, sounds, bass lines, the whole nine. But we definitely are coming to the close. So, just basically, in summary, what's like the responsibilities of a producer, duties of a producer, and then what are your recommendations for someone chasing or following the same career or similar career?
Okay. Well, as far as a producer goes and your responsibility as a producer, what you want to do is make sure that you do study music itself. You want to be able to be very well rounded in music. Even if you only have a certain genre that you maybe producing it, but you want to get inspiration from all places. Also, as a producer and creating sounds, you want to be able to play a musical instrument and study sound in that format as well. It has to be rounded. It has to be open-minded. You have to understand as well when you're making songs for artists or things like that. You have to know their spirit. You have to feel them, see where they're coming from, know their story, and create sound around that. As far as the artistry. Also, you want to always study daily. Make sure that you network with maybe other producers. Learn some things as far as being their quality. Make sure that you have great quality. And even I myself, every day, I'm learning new things. That's the engineering side. But as a producer, you wanna get those things intact as well as mixing and mastering and so forth. And make sure that you're delivering great quality to the people. Now, as far as a career and chasing the career of being a producer, or do you want me to talk about producer and artist, or just music period?
Really, actually, just a little of both. Just if someone's following the career of
Okay.
being a producer in the music industry, what kind of things do they look out for and be aware of? What they need to learn?
Okay. More so than anything, as a producer, you want once you have your sound down pat, you have a quality up, and you're looking to get in the game, or you have to be out and about. You have to be out and about, and then also you want to study as far as rights to music. You want to get a music business book and know the rights to your music when selling it. As far as leasing maybe sounds to artists, or them having ownership of your music and having contracts. That you need to study your own written contracts to sell your music and have everything organized as far as that. And again, just getting out there, maybe looking for a manager to help you to get out there and get your sounds to different people. It is a tough game. You want to be on YouTube. You want to be on all the social sites as well. You also want to get, maybe formulated with a royalty company as far as ASCAP, CSAC, BMI, as far as rights to your music as well, and getting that paperwork for your sounds. It's really 90% business and 10% music. And anybody that's listening, just understand that the music business is 90% music and 10% music. You have to know what's going on to even be in that type of game. It's all business. The creative part is the easiest part of the business. So those are just little things I would say to get started. Again, as an artist and a producer, make sure you know the music business. Make sure that you have a great producer and 90 seconds to the max that it can be. Make sure that you're always networking, going out there on every social site. You're following people that inspire you, and keep doing your shows and keep talking. Or if you're a producer, keep sending beats out there, get free beats, selling your music. Be at every other thing that has to do with music. Make it your life. You have to make it your life, and a lot of us struggle with that. As far as getting knocked off with everything that's in everyday life, but you got to make it your life. There's going to be days where you're going to be starving. You have to putting all your effort into it, but it does pay off. And it's something that I'm still doing as well. It takes a lot of work and dedication. Also, when you're doing anything that you want to do in life, you want to make sure, even as music or anything, that you have the right people around you. Recognize that you want other people around you that have dreams and goals and are goal oriented, because anybody goes in your circle, slow you down and can bring you down. Okay, so those are my little short thoughts on as far as getting started. You can hit me up at AV Legendary on Twitter, on Instagram, AV Legendary, or at Legendary Sounds as well.
Okay,
and that's
so
what I got for him, Jay.
all right. So will you be willing to come back on the program?
Sure. Anytime you need me, those songs that you just heard, those two singles, will actually be on that mixtape within the next 4 to 5 months or sooner. But I will be more than willing to come back on the show and, spread some positive energy and give more insight and give some more legendary sounds.
Okay, so thank you for coming on. Thank you, people, for tuning in.